Welcome back everyone to part 3 on how to make the game of life in Java. Today we're going to be finally finishing it off so that the grid can actually move. So as of right now we've got it displayed. So now we just need to add some logic so that cells can live and die. Okay, so let's get on to that. So we should add it in. We're going to add in a new class. We're going to use events. Event is a abstract class. So Java auth event, and we're going to import action event, and we're also going to import action listener. So we'll just implement the action listener, and we'll add it down at the bottom here. So public void, and it's important that it's exactly like this. I'm sorry, I have my cat in my room. Action event E, and there we go. We don't have any more errors. If I don't know if you had noticed, but if I were to get rid of this now, you can see up here it's in a red line because all the methods need to be called upon. Right, so now we're just going to add in a frame rate. That's essentially what it is. So this is why we have imported the Java Swing timer. So we're just going to, I forgot how to call this exactly. I think it's new timer. And we're going to say, for now we're going to go 80 this dot start. And I don't think that gives any errors. No, sorry. Next episode, I believe we're going to be implement some inputs so that we can manually give an input and see how the game of life turns out when we put an input out of it. I said that very weirdly. Okay, now it's important to put repaint in here, just like that, so that it refreshes the page, because otherwise it'll be not working. I'll be wondering, why isn't it working? Why isn't it refreshing? It's probably because either your logic isn't working right, or you haven't added repaint in. Okay, now that we got that sorted, now we just need to implement the rules. So for if and do I have a, no I do not. Okay, so we should probably make a method for that. Okay, so we're going to call a variable in here called what we call this, alive. We'll call this alive, and we'll make a method. It's going to be a private method, private int. We're going to call this check, and it's going to get the x position, and the y position of the cell. And basically, we just have to call another one, alive. This is a method variable, not a global variable, so we're allowed to do this. And we should set it to 0, my bad. And basically what we do is, I think I remember true in Java is just 1, so I'm pretty sure I can get away with this. So we can go alive plus equals I forgot the name of my, it's called life, okay, makes sense, called life of x minus 1. We'll go from the top left corner and we'll go towards the right and downwards so that it finishes on the bottom right. So that it'll be minus 1. So that's the top left. Remember that y, that going up is negative for computers. Alive plus equals life. Like so. And basically you just keep on doing this until you've done all possible scenarios. Whoopsies. So we got a red line here, is that plus cannot be operated on Boolean. Fair enough. I'll fix that in just a little bit, but for now I'll just implement this. X by y and remember we don't want to check the middle value, because if x, because that's, we don't check if the current node that we're on is alive or not. We're just interested on nodes around us. So I'm just going to get this, and it'll be pretty much the exact same. Just add plus, plus, and plus. And voila, we got that done. And we return alive. And go check. We still need to add a for loop in here. So then now we're just going to tidy this up. We're going to call int here, and instead of true or false, what we're going to do is we're just going to be setting this to 1, and we'll set that to 1, and all should be good, I believe. Right. So now let's make our for loop. Call int x is equal to 0, while x is less than, just going to call this in here actually. Like so. And we're going to go alive. Sorry. X by y. And I believe that should work. Does it work? No, it does not work. Why not? Because of this, of course. I'm an idiot. Okay, there we go. So we got that working now. Now we just need to add in the rules. Oh, before I add in the rules, last video, I don't think I explained these two methods here. If you understand this, then just skip ahead in the video, but for those that don't, we could have used a double for loop here, but you'll notice that that actually greatly reduces the runtime. Greatly reduces, it increases the runtime for each frame. Because if we were to add another loop, then what that does is that it iterates one line, and then once the loop is over, it iterates it again. So it pretty much draws lines to where it's already drawn. So that's why it's only in one loop here. It's a much more efficient way. Spawn, I'm pretty sure I explained spawn. Display, I think, is pretty simple. So basically, we're just going through every array indice, and if in that array, if in that spot is equal to 1, basically if it means it's on, then we want to display a color, a rectangular color at a certain spot of the grid. In this case, mine is orange. So cool, we got that. We got alive is equal to check. And now then, we'll just say if alive is equal to 3, and we're going to add in an array in here and set it equal to 1. But we don't want the current array to be equal to 1. Otherwise, you'll notice it will stuff a few things up. So we're going to have to call another array called, let's just call this before life. Not an exactly a good name, but what you're gonna do. So x panel divided by size, and y panel divided by size. So cool, we've got two arrays, and basically what we're going to do, we're going to have to copy one array to the other. So we want, I'll probably say, write another method for this, private copy array, just copy this in here, and basically it will just say that we want our current array to be updated by the previous one. I think I got that around the wrong way, actually. And I'll just go ahead and do this, and I'll see if we did something wrong. Current life before life by x and y. And we'll have display, and we'll run I keep forgetting what I call my methods. Copy array. So we'll just call that, and yeah, it is before. Okay. Why are you doing that? Okay, that's weird. Is equal to life x. So there we go. Yeah, no, I'm an idiot. Oh my god. I swear I didn't have this much trouble. Let's not worry about it. Yeah, I'll say before life, like that. And we want the current one. Yep, that's right. But now we want the before life here. It should be called afterlife, but anyway. And we'll just say that is equal to 1. Else if alive is equal to 2, then before life is also is equal to 1. But actually, is there any buts? Yeah, we need to check. And is equal to 1, 2, and we want to check if the current cell is alive. So if life x is equal to 1, then before life will be set to 1. And now we just make it else, it'll be 0. Awesome. Now then, have I got all I needed? Possibly. Let's just run it. Let's run it and see what happens. Actually, there's going to be an error up here because, yep, here we are. Exception in thread. Array index out of bounds. Yep, I thought that would happen. So then, there are 2 possible ways to get over this. One, you could just, well, there are a few ways, but I'll put out the most obvious ones. For checking your arrays, you would set x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 1 and subtract 1 from here, because what it's doing is, I just closed it, my bad. What it's doing when it's, I'll just run it again. What is it's doing when, say, if you're at this top left square here and you check 1 further left, it can't go any more left, because 0 minus 1 is -1. It doesn't loop back around over here. So you can just limit the size of it so that you don't have to bother with that, or you can make it wrap around. So let's figure out how to make it wrap around. Okay. Now then, it's going to probably take a while to fill in this grid. Hopefully not. Bang. Bang. That's a terrible square. That's a bit better. And that's also horrible. But anyway. Now then, so we want paint, and let's say our square is in here. And actually no, let's not do that. First off, let's make it simple. Let's say it starts off here. And it goes out that way. It goes out to the right. Well, if I get stuck, I'll just copy my code, and then you can just copy from me. But basically, what we want is we want it to go check this one here. So we're going to go around here. And what value is this? This one is 0, and this one is 2. So basically, all we have to do is we have to just check the remainder of the x position by the x length. Right here. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense? Yep, I think that makes sense. Okay, but what if, say, you have one up here, and you go up, so that it's now negative. Right. So then, let's check our values. So this is, I should probably, this is x, and this is also y. And this one here is 0 for y. But once it goes up, it goes -1. So we want to, getting a little crowded. And we want to go down here. Now how can we do that? And that's a good question, because actually I'm confusing myself. What we could do, I think, I figured this out a little while in my previous video, but now I'm having trouble with doing it live. I think what we can do is we just make length actually no, let's not say length, let's say height. So the array height, and we just subtract that 1 from us, like so. But we also keep in the length. Does that make sense? Probably height. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'll correct myself if I'm any wrong. So then, we basically, yeah, so we got to add this in here in our check method. And we just basically say, put this in brackets, and we say the remainder of life.length. Yeah, we can. Let's make another variable, otherwise it just gets messy. So int x width, and make another one called y height. And hopefully I'm doing this right. Control Shift R. Yep. So basically we're just going to replace this. Oh, I just got rid of it, my bad. I forgot it does that. And we'll replace it with Y height. Replace all. Yes, replace all. Okay, now we just got to go Y panel divided by the size. And same thing for X, really. So we just go Control Shift R, and we just go X panel by X height, and just replace all. Divided by the size. Okay, sweet. And that's divided by the X width. Not divided by, it's the modulo, sorry. The remainder. Basically, you just want to add this one here to all of them. And that's outside for some reason. And we'll do this for both X and Y. Y height. So copy and paste. And you'll still notice that we're not technically done yet. It still goes up. Cannot find symbol location live panel. Oops, my bad. That was a bit goofy of me. So you can see it's still not running. Why is that? Because we still have to do the negative out of bounds. And let's just go back to paint here. So we figured out this one. This one was easy enough. But how do we go negative? Dearie me. So we got the height, the Y height, by negative -1 plus Y. Does that make sense? Let's see here. Y is equal to 0, and this is 1, 2, 3. So this is 3 minus the 1 plus the 0 by this height. Sorry, I had a bit of a brain fart moment there. By height. Yeah, I think this is right. And for some reason I did the variable instead of the value, which is 3. And so 2 of 3 is equal to 2. How about that? Okay. Awesome. So we figured out how to do that. Now let's just close this. And we're going to add it in here. So then, let's just get that there, get this here. Let's have a look at my equation. That can go. So now you can see the screen. So y height minus 1, so it's going up, plus the y. So basically all we have to do is plus y height and I'll do it like this. Should I just do it in all in one bracket? Yeah, the small things that really trip me up. Is that good? I believe so. So let's just copy this here. Boop. Get rid of that. Boop. And this is checking the center of y, so I get rid of that. Hopefully we don't get any more errors. Hopefully I don't look like I won't embarrass myself. Just got the command prompt there somehow. Plus and plus. And now we just gotta do the same with the x. Jeez Louise, isn't this tiring? Plus the x height. I said it again, x height. There's no x height. X width. There we go. And just copy that. I'll just copy for this one down here. And this one down here. I hope this works and I don't embarrass myself. Plus the width, get width, plus x width. And this is becoming pretty hard to read, sorry. So we just want the x. Oh, jeez. I can't even read it anymore. Hang on, let me just break this up. Something a little more manageable. There we go, that's a little easier to read. So that's x plus 1, that's also x plus 1, and we just want to change that one. There we go. And I'm pretty sure it's the same like this, but just change it to plus. I hope I have not embarrassed myself. I feel like I've done something wrong. I feel like I've done something terribly, terribly wrong. Hey, it works. How about that? If you've done it right, it should look something similar to this. As you can see, this is where it ends, and it loops back around here. So congratulations, guys! You've made the game of life, and you made it wrap around, and you didn't have to cheat. I hope you're proud of yourselves. Now we're gonna do another part of this, and we're gonna make it so that you can put inputs in with your mouse, so that it's not just randomly generated. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you all in the next video.